fellow bookworms. Welcome to Tipra's Den. My name is Whitney, and I am so excited to get started. If you've been a subscriber, I didn't have very many, but those of you that were already here, thank you. Or you're new, but you checked out my previous videos, you'll know originally I was doing Sims 4 content, and I really enjoyed that, but I just didn't have the passion for it to sustain it, any longer than I've already done it. And so I was kind of thinking about, I knew I wanted to stick with YouTube. I really enjoyed it. And Sims 4 was a great way for me to get familiar with YouTube, get familiar with video editing, and also just familiarize myself with speaking in general, without a person directly in front of me. Even though I'm talking to you guys, it's still very, very different and it does take practice. So that was great and I really enjoyed it. So that's why I'm going to leave those videos up. You're, more than welcome to check those out. But going forward, I wanted to figure out what I'm passionate enough about I could sustain long term, and books definitely fits the bill. I've always really enjoyed reading, and when I was younger, even if I only had like 1 or 2 minutes, I would pick up my book and read as much as I could in that short amount of time before getting back to whatever it was I needed to. As I got older, it got a lot harder for me to be interrupted, so I would try to, only read when I had like a block of time that I could read for. And that just made it really hard to read, and it made it less enjoyable. So I definitely have a ton of books I haven't read because even though I wasn't reading as much, I was still buying the books. Like I would see a new book from my favorite author or authors that I enjoyed, and so I would grab that book, but I wouldn't sit down and read it, which it made it really hard. And so I have a ton of books that I need to read, and then I've also been gifted books. I also have my husband's collections of books that I haven't read at all. And so in the beginning, I really want to go through my own library and pick out books. And then in the future, I'll definitely be taking recommendations from you guys from your favorite authors or your favorite books that we can read together as well. It's just right now I don't need to buy any more books. I need to read the ones I have. So definitely a problem, but I'm really looking forward to it and I'm really excited. So I hope you guys are too. There's kind of two different platforms we're going to be discussing the books we're reading on. One is here on YouTube where I will be doing weekly discussions. I'm going to be breaking the books down by chapter. Of course, you can read as far ahead as you would like. But this just kind of keeps it more organized for me and makes it a little easier to come up with discussion questions for a weekly discussion. And so, for our first book, there's 30 chapters, and I will leave this in the description below, and it's also on my blog post. But we will be reading 4 chapters a week until the last 2 weeks, and then we'll need to do 5 chapters those last 2 weeks. So, like I said, the breakdown will be in the description and on my blog post, so you can find it there. But I'm really excited, like I said. And our first book, I'll go ahead and introduce it now, is going to be Nora Roberts' Legacy. And this is actually my favorite author. I own the majority of her works. The ones I don't are older that I just haven't been able to find. And so I just printed out a list actually recently where I'm going to mark off which ones I have so that way I know which ones I need to get so I can find them. But this is new. It just came out the end of May. I can't remember the exact date, but it just came out like a couple weeks ago. And so it should be fairly easy for you to get. I'll try to link some common places where you can get it in the description, but I know you can get it at Walmart and on Amazon. I don't know if there's a Kindle version or not, but me personally, I like to have the book in my hand. I don't like doing Kindle and I don't like doing audiobooks. And then we also have our bookworm here. He's our little mascot. And if you have a name for him, let me know. He doesn't have a name, but this is a bookmark that I actually cross-stitched and put together myself. And so I thought he would be a very cute mascot, so he's going to be reading along with us. But like I said, here on YouTube, we're going to be doing weekly discussions. And then on Facebook and my blog post, there is going to be like end of book discussions. going forward, I'm going to try to do a book a month, but for this first book, we're going to be doing it in June and July. And that's just because I wanted to get started, but we're already partway in June. We're a week into June. And also, I have like a family reunion coming up in July, so that month's kind of busy as well. And since it's my first book and my first time coming up with my own discussion questions, I really wanted to make sure I had the time to devote to it and I wasn't rushed kind of as I figure things out. So that's part of it. And then on the 15th of each month, definitely check out Facebook and my blog posts because I will be letting you guys know the book for the next month. And that way you have a couple of weeks to get that book. So it won't be here in June, but in July 15th or on July 15th, I will be posting the next book that we are going to be reading, and I already have an idea for that. So, but yeah, I'm excited to get started, and I really can't wait to get into the discussion portion of this. As much as I enjoy reading the books as well, I think it's a lot funner to discuss them with others. So definitely pick up this book, Nora Roberts' Legacy, and that way you can get to reading and you'll be ready to jump in on next Monday's discussion. And subscribe, hit the bell notification so that way you are notified when my videos go up. It will be every Monday. There will probably be bonus videos here and there, but I'm not sure what time my videos will go live yet. I'm going to try to get into a consistent schedule on that, but I'm not entirely sure exactly what time I'll post. Probably most likely in the afternoon, but I'll let you guys know for sure as we go forward and I kind of figure things out. I hope you'll stay tuned. I have a little preview of how my den came together. It was definitely, you saw a little clip of the finished product in the beginning of this video, but I documented with pictures the whole process and there were books everywhere. So it'll kind of give you guys an idea of just how many books there really are. Because even the pictures of my different bookshelves and such don't do it justice because they're kind of stacked behind each other as well. And there's a lot of them. So, but yeah, I'm really excited. Let me know in the comments below if you've read Nora Roberts before, if she's somebody you enjoy, and who is your favorite author. I would really like to know that as well. And again, remember to head on over to Facebook and my website so that way you don't miss anything. I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys here for now, and we will see you next Monday to get into discussing the first 4 chapters of Nora Roberts' Legacy. But we'll see you then. Have a great week, guys. Bye.